welcome to Shenzhen in China, where Korea and the Philippines will battle it out for the second semi-final spot in the 2025 FIBA Women's Asia Cup of the day. I'm Julia Montesano and I'm joined by Laurie Chiswick in commentary. Laurie, welcome to you. There's always a lot on the line in Asia Cups, but even more so when you're playing for a semi-final spot.
Well, the day after rest day at its semi-final to get into the semi-finals, and the Philippines are coming off a high after yesterday's 3-point win over Lebanon to book their ticket for the first time ever to a pre-qualifying tournament for the 26 Women's World Cup. The team that will bring them back to earth, however, is Korea, who are desperate to make amends for missing the semi-finals in last Asia Cup for the first time ever.
We now welcome the Philippines onto the floor. They take great momentum into this game, having produced a stunning comeback against Japan to fall by just 3 points before turning the tables to win by 3 points against Lebanon in a thriller.
Yeah, they've had some close games, haven't they? The Philippines, they've played team basketball against Lebanon with 5 players scoring in double figures. Anamam was a standout with 14 points and a massive 16 rebounds to be named player of the game. The Philippines are a very young team with 6 players aged 22 and below, and 2 of them still in their teens. So Coach Aquino will be looking for energy and cohesion from his youthful squad.
See the youth rounding out the runouts here, Pastrana and then Panganiban. She's been so impressive as the 19-year-old point guard, really guarded this team through their tournament so far. Ranked 44th in the world. And this is Patrick Aquino on screen. It's a big game for him as well as the players. One of the biggest games really in recent Philippines history. And we now get to see Korea making their way out onto the floor. We know Park Ji-soo came up clutch with the game-1 game winner before China halted their momentum in game 2. They took care of business against Indonesia, so they are also coming off a win heading into this crucial game.
Well, you mentioned it, Korea's 2-point win against New Zealand really set them up to finish second in their pool and cross over with third-place Philippines from Pool B. Park Ji-hun to me has been outstanding in the previous 3 games, leading all scorers in the whole tournament with 16 points per game. Korea also have done a good job of taking care of the basketball and averages only 12 turnovers per game to lead in that statistical category. Korea will want to start strongly and put their mark on this game straight away.
Coach Park Soo-hoo on the screen. He's ready for the big occasion. Let's now pause to hear the national anthems of Korea and the Philippines.
Now, the national anthem of the Philippines. So, Philippines will go. For the national anthem of the Republic of Korea, 请保持肃立，奏韩国国歌。
We now see the two teams coming together in the middle of the court to exchange gifts, as they have done all tournament. Well, we know one semi-final, Japan against China in an Asia Cup 2023 Grand Final rematch. That is going to be electric. Who will win today to face Australia in the other semi? 3 teams locked in to go forward in the tournament. One more to come. Let's introduce tonight's referees for the game ahead. They are Prita Mongmi from Thailand, Taha Muhammad Nasir Al-Hashidi from Yemen, and Chan Oh Shong from Malaysia. A big achievement for them to be selected here today as well. We now see the Philippines going through their final warm-up. 44th ranked, a lot of upside in this team as they look ahead to the 2027 Asia Cup in the Philippines, but they've got business to take care of here today, and here are their starters, Laurie.
Yes, so we've got Vanessa Dehasu and Surada, Ozar, Anaman, and Panganiban, yeah. Yes, exactly, and I wanted to focus on her because she was a leading scorer against Lebanon with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. So they've gone with a relatively, they've had that same starting lineup for the last couple of games, and that will allow them to try and start with a lot of cohesion, as I mentioned in the opener.
Well, Coach Patrick Aquino would love to keep the winning momentum going in this tournament here in Shenzhen in China. Here is Team Korea. They're the most successful Asia Cup team with 26 medals and 12 Asia Cup titles. 2023 was the first time they ever missed the semis, so they won't want history to repeat itself here. And they've gone with An, Chue, Park, and Kung as their starting 5.
Well, a great starting 5. Top scoring in Han and Chue. Top in the whole competition so far, so they're certainly influential in this game. But Park Ji-soo probably has been a little bit underdone, we feel, but there's no time to come good when it's a qualification game to get into a semi-final. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes in tonight's game.
Coach Park Soo-hoo would be feeling the pressure a bit. He would want to avoid a second straight semi-finals miss in the Asia Cup. We see the two teams getting ready to go for the game. And as we edge closer to tip-off, we expect a tight battle in a bid to face Australia in the semi-finals. There's a lot of pressure on the line for both teams, Laurie. Probably the biggest game in recent Philippines history. And then for Korea, they don't want to avoid the straight sets.
Well, that's exactly right. And so it comes in different ways. The expectation is that Korea will win this game and then face Australia. So there's no pressure on the Philippines right now. They know they've qualified. But that's not going to be enough for them. They want to come out really strongly and prove that they belong here and can take one step further. Wouldn't that be exciting for them if they ever made their first semi-final in an Asia Cup?
Korea getting ready to come out. Ranked 14th in the world, coming up against the 44th ranked Philippines. Korea, an Asia Cup powerhouse. Philippines certainly emerging as one. Their best finish was 4th, but that came back in the 60s, so they'd love to find some form here.
Well, as I mentioned, they had in their last game against Lebanon, 5 players were all in double figures, so they really shared it around, and they're going to have to do that in today's game as well if they want to get any sort of jump on Korea.
The countdown to tip-off begins. Philippines versus Korea. The countdown to tip-off begins. Philippines versus Korea. For a semi-final spot. Welcome to Shenzhen as Korea goes up against the Philippines in a bid to qualify for the FIBA Women's Asia Cup semi-finals. Winner of this game goes on to face Australia. The loser, they'll go on to face New Zealand for a 5-6 classification game here. Straight away, Korea get into motion. An Hee-ji's been a great motor in their engine room. Park Ji-soo finds Park Ji-han. She has plenty of time to get set. Doesn't go. Ozar now pushing the pace. Has to go up against a taller Park Ji-soo, and again, Chue with the active hands.
That's 2 turnovers for the Philippines, but great running of the floor Park Ji-soo, that's what they need her doing. Point of the rim, strong finish, hands up. Great job.
Park Ji-soo averaging the 7.3 points and 4 rebounds per game in the 2025 Asia Cup. Here's De Jesus. Can't get the scoring started for the Philippines just yet. Panganiban, though, is able to rescue it. Azar kicks it out to De Jesus in the corner. Nice. That's how you get the scoring started.
Well, exactly. She did a great job, Azar, getting her feet in the paint, went downhill strong to the basket, then kicked out to the wide open De Jesus at the three-point line.
Park. That'll be a great battle up against Animam. She collides into the cameraman down there. Great look by Azar, and then De Jesus. All money from the corner. Azar in the action once again, this time taking the rebound. Powering up the floor, Luna Azar. Can't go all the way. Park Ji-han, she's had a magnificent tournament. Hands off the Chue, same can be said for her. Oh, beautiful dish.
Great action by Korea on the ball reversal. A nice cut baseline, good find. They look sharp right now.
Lead this one 4 points to 3. Animam was massive in the Philippines last game. Panganiban, she had some big free throws right at the end of the game. She gets to go to the line here first tonight.
Good connection between Animam and Panganiban in that cut. They need to continue those sort of connections, reads.
Panganiban's been such a bright spark for this Philippines team, averaging the 12 points per game, 3.3 rebounds and 2.3 assists.
And she's one of the 2 teenagers I talked about in this young squad, and she's done a great job of really maintaining her composure throughout the tournament in some really tough situations.
Plays for San Diego State in the USA. She's getting a lot of great experience abroad. Kung to Park. He's had a really nice start to this game. Ahn, the general. To Park. Park Ji-soo rescues it, and she drains it. She looks like she's set for a big game, Park Ji-soo. Guarding Animam now. Philippines captain, the heart and soul of the team. Shot gets blocked.
As you mentioned, a good battle between Animam and Park Ji-soo. Both physical, both ends of the court, present well.
Nice finish there from Park Ji-soo on the replay. Azar. Can't bank it in. Philippines keep it. De Jesus can have a chance for another 3. This time the result doesn't go her way. If the result goes the Philippines' way, they'll get it from the baseline.
Both teams just working their way into the game, getting a feel of each other.
Animam fights hard to control it. They force a jump ball. Another opportunity for the Philippines here.
And the shot clock, because the Philippines had possession and there was a jump ball situation and the arrow went their way, the clock does not reset, so there's only 6 seconds on the shot clock.
It ticks down to 2. Azar's got to go, and she does it successfully.
Good recognition by all the team that they needed to get a shot up, and a real steadying, and now a nice deflection turnover. And bucket!
Panganiban showing what she's made of. The 19-year-old keeps turning heads in this tournament. Kung. Wow, in De Jesus' face.
What an answer. That's what you want to do when a team scores on you. You want to come right back at them. That's exactly what she did.
Panganiban again finds a way through. This time she doesn't find the bottom of the net. Cross court. Can Cug fire another one? She can!
I tell you what, On is just such a great point guard, such good court vision. She had complete control of that when she caught it. She was looking around to skip past to her teammate. Nice shot.
Panganiban. De Jesus. Getting to work. Kicking it to Ozar. Pulling up, knocking it down.
Both teams now are well and truly settling into this game. Again, a nice skip pass from De Jesus.
Square to Park. Just couldn't find the shot that she wanted. Foul called there. Can't be forgiven after hitting back-to-back threes just before.
Well, it was probably a good foul because two of her teammates, Park Ji-soo was slow in getting back, and then somebody else was tried to intercept the ball and didn't make it, so at least it slowed it down and they can get back and get set on defense.
Pastrana and De La Rosa into the game, and so is Panganiban. She's right into it. 6 points already for the youngster. Oh my God, another three! Park Ji-han this time. It didn't take her long to get involved.
What an answer from Park Ji-han, the three-point shot.
Animam finds some space. Does what she does best. So patient with it. Jack Animam. Park Ji-soo. Shot won't count. Pastrana fouled Park on the first one.
Philippines are really holding their own right now, especially considering, you know, the difference in ranking. Philippines at number 44 world ranking and Korea number 14. Philippines have been really impressive in this first 6 minutes of this quarter.
Well, we talked about the thrillers earlier on in the tournament. There have been so many close games. You think of Japan-Lebanon, you think of Philippines-Lebanon. There's a lot of teams that are, you know, just apart in the rankings, but have really matched it up to each other. Park Ji-soo already up to 5 points for the game. Make that 6. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Korea leads the Philippines 17 points to 16. 4 minutes 14 remaining, and Patrick Aquino's got something to say to his players. We're going to go into his huddle and take a quick listen to see what they're thinking at this stage of the game.
So this girl is gonna get that, and then we go back to our match. Here? Okay. Same here.
So Philippines down by 1 point. They're really holding their own and matching it with Korea at this stage of the game. Giving Korea something to think about. Clearly Coach Park Soo-hoo had quite a quick message for his players as they were back out on the floor quite quickly. Now the Philippines making their way back out. They've got Kate Castillo and Samaya Sugapong out there for the first time too. Korea remain with their starting 5. Sugapong to Animam. Pastrana. Foul's called.
Just trying to fight through the screen, a little bit aggressive. Referees are calling it pretty closely.
Pastrana here from the sideline now. Animam finds some space. Oh, steps around Park. Mean crossover. Ahn waits for Park to get back. Tre loves this spot. Park Ji-han, she was there at the right time.
Great job by Park Ji-soo to be battling for the boards and then gave them the second chance opportunity to Park Ji-han.
Great pass over to Castillo. Thought about the shot, then gave it to Pastrana. And Park's up the other end, taking the rebounds now. Ahn to Kung, has already hit 2 threes in this game. Park Ji-han can't go back to back. Sugapong. Still with one of the teenagers of this Philippines team. Shot clock down in single figures here for De La Rosa. Pastrana. Can't get it to go. Sugapong nearly stole it away. She's been a thief in this tournament, to be honest. Park Ji-han, corner 3. Not this time. So subs for both teams coming on. Sarada to replace Animam. So a bit of a smaller lineup out there without her. And then Korea welcome Lee and Ho onto the floor, as well as Hong Yu-sun.
Philippines are in a zone on the baseline out of bounds play.
Ho's been an excellent facilitator as well. So good that, oh, they can do it all. Kung.
Well, they just do such a great job of spreading the floor and making it difficult. The zone's got to come right out. Oh, an offensive foul has been called on Pastrana.
Let's take another look at this. Kang Yurim is feeling it. A 9th point for the game. 3 long-range threes. Park. Does she go for a 4th? She can land it!
Great little flare screen. She just gets her feet set so quickly.
What a great start this has been. And Hot gets a steal. No-look pass to Park. Couldn't quite get the shot to go. Another no-look pass, and this time Lee's able to finish it off.
Well, I feel like a minute ago it was tied, and now all of a sudden they've just ran ahead to an 11-point lead.
Well, the Philippines' timeout has been to Korea's advantage. They've come out swinging. Sugapong now, over the top of Lee. Always going to be hard to do. Skipping down the floor, Park Ji-han. Contact there from De La Rosa. Oh, actually, sorry, it was Hong.
That was a great transition shot. The ball didn't even touch the floor as it went from a rebound to an outlet pass to a kick ahead to Park Ji-han in the corner for a shot. Pretty tough to stop that sort of transition.
Animam gets the quickest of breaks. And Kang Yurim, she gets to take a well-deserved rest, gets a great reception on the bench as Lee Myung-gwon comes on for her first minutes of the game. De Jesus, Sarada, Sugapong. Gets it back from De Jesus. And Ho Ye-un, we know she's got pace.
Wow.
She gets another assist. Lee again, the one to finish it off.
They're just running so quickly and up the floor, and everything's in transition. The other thing I have to say about Korea right now is their defense is just elite. They are switching everything, but not switching passively. They are aggressively switching, and their rotations are very good and causing a lot of headaches for the Philippines.
Korea on a 14-0 run to open off their biggest lead of the game. 13-point buffer right now. It prompts Patrick Aquino to make a sub. Panganiban to replace Sugapong. Lee Heran. Bizarre fouls Park.
Yeah, she just got caught. She was blocking and trailing behind a screen, a pass, and then she just, as she was trying to catch up, she lost her footing and pushed her. And so now Park Ji-han finds herself at the foul line.
22 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Park Ji-han, magnificent tournament. She ranks second for points per game with 16, 4.7 rebounds per game, and even in assists she's ranked 10th with 4 assists, so feeding her teammates as well as getting on the scoreboard. Extends her team's run to 15-0 after the Patrick Aquino timeout. And they're making Philippines work for it. Very easy baskets in this game.
Trying to cause a front court violation. The Philippines were managed to get it over.
Now they'll look to take the last shot and try and get to some momentum at quarter time. Although they've given Korea a massive chance now. Oh yeah, we've already had one Korea point guard hit a buzzer beater like that. She can't be the second one. But a great start to the game for Korea. At the end of the first quarter, it is Korea 30, leading the Philippines 16. Well, we were just praising, it feels like just before that timeout, we were praising the Philippines for keeping in it, for troubling Korea, and then they just flicked the switch like we haven't really seen in this tournament. A lot of teams have gone on scoring runs, but that was really sensational.
Well, and it came on the back of their defense and just how aggressively, and as I mentioned, their switches, their rotations, they were doing everything, being really proactive with their defense, and that gave them the ability to get some good rebounds, kick aheads, runs, and even if they don't score off the run, it gives them a lot of momentum. But they've got players such as we just saw Park Ji-soo streaming down the court and looking for different options. Whether that's inside or outside, they're always looking ahead.
Well, the Philippines, they started off the quarter well. They really kept with Korea, and then a 15-0 run to end the quarter. They lead this one by 14 points at the moment. The 14th ranked nation in the world, flexing their muscles and fighting for that semi-final spot to face Australia. No doubt Patrick Aquino's got a lot on his mind at the moment. Of course, he called a timeout, and then the momentum went Korea's way. So
that's not what you want when you're the one that calls the timeout. You want to be able to set things up and settle your own players, but Korea took that opportunity, and whatever was said in that timeout by Park Soo-hoo just obviously set them up for this massive scoring run.
Scan the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Park Ji-soo making her way back out onto the floor. 6 points for her to start this game. Jack Animam with some fighting words to her team. She started off with the 2 points in this one. And we see Shin Ji-han onto the court for the first time, inbounding the ball here for Korea. Second quarter tip-off, Korea leading this one 30 points to 16, the Philippines. Hawk couldn't quite get the shot away. Animam has to bring the ball down, and it's probably why you pass it to a point guard.
Well, yeah, she was 2 minds to kick it ahead to De Jesus, who was coming towards her, but so was the defender, so they really did a job and caused the turnover.
Hawk finds Lee, and Lee head on. nails the three. It keeps raining threes here in Shenzhen.
Well, Korea shoot the three ball over the course of this tournament at 37%, and they'd be well and truly doing that right now. In fact, they are shooting 50%.
Unbelievable display. Panganiban. Anima goes up with the shot. Comes down with 2 free throws.
Really strong rebound there for Animan. And we know she's leading the whole tournament with rebounds at 11.7 rebounds per game.
That was a sweet release from Lee Heran.
Animan's also one of 2 players, along with Archer from Lebanon, that have had 2 games where they've had double-doubles. So big, big key piece to the puzzle for the Philippines.
Goes 1 from 2 at the line. Hard to bring the ball down. Can they go for another 3? Lee Heran can't get set. Park steps back on Anima. Philippines off and running. Just over Panganiban's head in the corner. De Jesus, who hasn't quite hit the highs of the 2023 Asia Cup, where she burst onto the scene. But she's certainly had moments across this tournament where she's taken over games. Wonder what she can do here. Here's Park Ji-soo on the reverse against Anima.
Really nice footwork. Strong against the physicality of Animan.
Bizarre. Sarada, what a beautiful dish that was.
Good eye contact between each other and the cutting Sarada.
So the Philippines having another nice start, keeping up with Korea. Do Korea take over again like they did at the end of the first? Anima with the block. Streaming down the floor. Gets to go to the line once again. It's not much Ho Ye-eun could have done.
They've called it a baseline ball so that she wasn't in the act of her steps toward her layup before the foul was committed.
Panganiban. De Jesus stepping into Lee. Park. Lee Heran off and running. Shin. Back to Lee. This is great movement. And this time, Lee will go to the line.
Well, just a great give and go action between the two of them. Lee Heran passing, then streaming to the basket, calling for the ball, and we can see her going up strongly. A push in the back, foul called. We'll see if she can gain the 2 points from the foul line.
Villanueva comes on for some early minutes. Didn't suit up in the last game against Lebanon. So a different look here for Patrick Aquino. Lee sitting on 7 points for the game. Drains the second. Panganiban, the 19-year-old. Up to 6 points already for the game. Animan finds her again. And she nails the 3!
She is having a real consistent game so far.
And her tournament overall has been really good. Lee to Lee Heran. Gets her own rebound and gets another 2 points. De Jesus. Ozar. Panganiban, does she go back to back? Not quite. So Philippines once again from the baseline. Park Ji-soo committing the foul.
It's just her first foul.
Sweet shot from Panganiban there. Villanueva. De Jesus. Shot clock down to 2. She's got to go. Doesn't get it to go. Shin. Lee Mingguan tries her luck. Park, excellent rebound. An easy step around Villanueva.
Well, you can shoot the threes where when you've got a rebounder like Park Ji-soo in there to clean up the scraps if you miss.
Ozar collides into Lee. Korea lead this one 40-22. 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Panganiban finds De Jesus. Villanueva. Trapped. De Jesus finds it again. She has to put up a quick jumper, and this time it goes down.
Japan are playing some smothering defense and not giving a lot of options to the Philippines at the moment.
Ho. Park. Goes herself. Lee got pushed. De Jesus has been 2 from 7 from the field. Her 5 points in this game. So a sub for both teams. Kang replaces Lee, and De La Rosa replaces Villanueva. Pastrana also going to come onto the floor for Ozar.
De La Rosa had a good game against Lebanon, scoring 10 points and 5 rebounds, and it looked good with the two of them on together, Animan and De La Rosa.
Yeah, Animan was full of praise for De La Rosa post-game, and that was really the breakthrough game for her, so she can continue on a really good trajectory here. Lee, though, right in her face, knocks it down.
Park Ji-soo's doing a great job of getting her feet into the paint, looking like she's going to go into battle with Animan, and then the players on the perimeter are moving to good receiver spots, and she is finding them.
Lee Head-on only averaging the 2.7 points per game. She's got herself up to 12. She's not even hit half time yet. Pastrana, deep 3!
Smile on her face after that one.
Feels like she's done that so many times this tournament. It's her specialty. Park gets to work on Animam. Steps back. Doesn't roll through. Does Pastrana think about going again? Panganiban. Hands it back to Pastrana. De La Rosa couldn't pull down the rebound. Pastrana thought about it, went for it, got it. So more subs here. Sarada on for Animam. And just like that, Park Ji-soo also heads off the floor too. Park Ji-han back on. Actually, she'll have to stay out because Shin will come off. I think they're still working it out here, Korea. Now Park gets to take her rest. Hong back on the floor. Park Ji-soo heads off with 10 points and 5 rebounds. De La Rosa. Another foul called here.
shot should be taken. Korea in the bonus situation.
That's what De La Rosa will do. She'll head to the line. Averages the 4.7 points and 5 rebounds per game. Plays locally for Ateneo de Manila University in the Philippines. She's been a league MVP and she comes with plenty of promise in this tournament. Chue to An. Kung. Park left all alone, and that's what she'll do to punish you.
Their player movement, just watching them, they don't stop, they just keep moving all the time. And that is really hard to defend that because they're moving, using each other as screens. You just get caught up in your rotations, and then we saw that crossover or skip pass, and Park Ji-hung wide open.
Athletic pass from Pastrana, and it pays off to De La Rosa. 15-point lead for Korea. Chue, oh, just makes it look so easy.
She's averaging 15 points per game. She's been really consistent.
Bursts onto the scene against New Zealand right from the very start, 23 points. And then was a leading scorer against China as well with the 16. Here she is from the corner. This time it falls short. Gets slapped away from De Jesus. Sideline ball now. Patrick Aquino trying his best to give instructions from the sideline. Nothing like the coach watching him as he inbound the ball. Right behind her.
He's been in charge of this team for a long time, many years.
Good finish by De Jesus. Yeah, head coach since 2014. A long time leading the way, Patrick Aquino. On. Hong. Easy as you like.
Now, was that a pass or an assist, do you think? Or a pass, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
A shot?
Or
yeah.
an assist, yeah. Could be anything for Art. She can do absolutely anything she likes. Oh, Kung fouled on the 3. Everything going right for Korea at the moment.
Well, they're creating these opportunities for themselves. They're playing really good, strong, aggressive defense, and then they have just, with the way the coach is making subs, they are just running every time down the throat and getting ready to shoot it, be in the stance, and whether they're penetrating or shooting the 3, they are ready.
13 points now for Kang Yoo-rim, so she's well above her average at the moment. Plays for Samsung Life Blue Minx in Korea. Gets all 3 points at the free throw line. Jack Animam is going to return to the game.
That opens up a 20-point margin now, 52-32. Philippines will really want to dig in this last 2 minutes and not let that lead extend out anymore.
I love the tactics here. Animam goes off, Park goes off. Park comes on, Animam comes on. It's great. Pastrana gets her own rebound. Just manages to keep it in, although it goes well over Sugapong's head. Korea get it back. Applying so much pressure to this Philippines team at the moment. Getting it done on both ends. Castillo on for some experience. Park Ji-soo. An, thought about the big three. Choi no look, Park no look, Park Ji-soo now. Back to Park Ji-han, back to Park Ji-soo. And eventually she gets the shot to go down to beat the shot clock. They are just working for each other at the moment. Park Soo-hoo would be loving this. And then a block. It allows An to run. Kick it to Choi. Of course she lands it!
So the whole way down the floor, An was looking ahead to kick it to the opposite side to Park Ji-han. That's where her eyes was. But she knew exactly where Choi was on the other side. So really good point guard skills by An.
Another opportunity. Choi this time from three. Can't make it. Under a minute left here. 56 plays 32 in the opening half. It's been clinical from Korea. Philippines with a bit of work to do. De La Rosa steps back into the three. Park Ji-han to An.
Take the last shot of the quarter and the half.
She can make it from this range. We've seen her do it. Kicks it across to Kang instead. And Kang Yoo-in! We've had rain all day in Shenzhen. It's raining in the arena right now. Raining threes for Korea. At halftime, they open up a massive lead over the Philippines. Capped off by this big three from Kang Yoo-in. Gets her points tally up to 18 points. It's only half time. Scoreline reads Korea 59, leading the Philippines 32. Korea just look flawless at the moment, really. Defensively, offensively, you can see how powerful they are.
Well, look at all their shooting percentages. 61%, 50 from the three-point line, and 78 from the free throw, 7 for 9. And the Philippines are just having to work so hard to get any sort of shot up. You can see that Korea, how well they've taken care of the ball. 4 turnovers for half is excellent. And 17 assists means they're looking for each other. Yeah, you're right. It's almost flawless basketball right now.
The top scorers for each team, Kang with 18, Park and Lee with 12, Kang and Iban, the top scorer for the Philippines with 9, De Jesus with 7, and Ozar with 5. Korea, already have 3 players in double figures. Taking a look at the second quarter best players, and it really was raining threes. It's such a cliche, but it felt like everything they touched really turned to gold, and whether it was long range, 2 points, free throw line, they just did it all.
Well, they did such a great job of knowing where each other was. So anytime there was a kick ahead or dribble penetrate right spots, they're seeing each other, they're playing together, and they're just entertaining us with all, like I said, they're shooting 50% from the three-point line right now, which is exceptional, and they just will keep on doing that. And I think we talked about Park Ji-soo perhaps not having as big of influence, and she's been great in today's game.
Absolutely. Korea, well done on a great first half. Let's see what the Philippines can bring in the second.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. basketball for good.
Goes to work on Chandra. Beautiful spin move with one more to come.
It was really nice. Her footwork, her balance, her eyes on her target.
Rolling on Young. That's a tough finish from Amelia Shearer. Antonio. Gets it swatted away from her. Dumps it into Chandra, who manages to make something work.
Talk about making something out of nothing as the shot clock almost expired.
Communication out there, the players know it. Oh, but it gets swatted away from Panya Niban. Blitzing up the floor with one more to come. It's a no-look pass, and then it gets out to Yang Shuyu from
That's what happens when New Zealand gets in rotation. They're such a smart team, China, that they know where to put the ball.
As Ruben at left here. New Zealand would love to finish with some momentum here. Hokianga, that'll do the world of good. Wong Sahajo off again. Pierre Louis.
What a great pass by Wanzo Fajardo.
Can Lebanon take the lead here? An excellent spin, and now she's getting into the groove. Lebanon in front.
That's exactly what she looked like in game one when she had that massive scoring output.
Not this time. Lee gets it back.
That's such a great pass from Lee Yuan. Just a little toss up in the air, high enough for Han Shu to get it and finish comfortably.
Got it. Oh, Zalarosa sends it back all the way to the Philippines.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world.
Welcome back to Shenzhen, where it's Korea leading the Philippines by 27 points at halftime. We're now looking at the Philippines' top scorer, who is Naomi Panganiban with 9 points. She has not only stood up in this game, but also for the whole tournament, Laurie.
Well, she has, and especially in the first half that she came out and really set the pace for the Philippines. Panganiban, 9 points as you mentioned, and she's just a youngster, but she has really not taken a backward step, and it's really exciting for the future of Philippine basketball.
19-year-old plays her basketball for San Diego State in the USA, averaging 12 points per game, 3.3 rebounds and 2.3 assists. She continues to just control this team, control the pace. Stepped up super well. Well, the top scorer hero for Korea is Kang Yoo-rim. She has 18 points. She's gone nearly perfect. 3 from 3 from the free throw line. She's hit 5 triples already. We haven't even reached the full game end yet. Before tonight, she averaged 7 points per game, so she's playing out of her skin right now.
Well, it is so great to see. She is just nailing it from beyond the arc. And the thing that's great is that her teammates are recognizing that she's got a hot hand. So they are looking for her. She's received the skip pass. She's got her feet set, ready to shoot it. She gets to the right receiver spot. She lifts out of the corner when she has to. So she's doing everything right now to get to the right spot. Her teammates are finding her, and she is rewarding them with 5 out of 6 3-pointers.
So getting set for the second half here in Shenzhen, it is Korea 59 leading the Philippines 32. Earlier on, we saw Lebanon finish 7th in the tournament after a 10-point win over Indonesia, who get relegated to Division B. Then just before, we saw Japan get the job done over New Zealand by 15 points. They go through to face China in the first semi-final. That is going to be massive. Tomorrow night here in Shenzhen, in front of a China home crowd, a 2023 gold medal rematch. Cannot wait.
Well, that's one semi-final we're looking forward to, and the other semi-final is the winner of this team will be up against Australia. Right now, it's looking good for Korea, but they have another half, so they'll have to keep going. They've taken care of the ball exceptionally well in that first half with only 4 turnovers. But besides Kang Yoo-rim, I really like the play of Park Ji-soo, 12 points, 7 rebounds. She's having a real influence on the game, as well as keeping Anaman to a lower score than she would normally have. So Park Ji-soo has been really important, and of course An with her 5 assists. As you mentioned, she is just the engine of this team, the point guard. She keeps the tempo going, and that is something that Korea have done a great job, and I'm sure Australia are looking on, scouting these two teams, will be aware of the speed and the pace and the spacing and how well Korea is shooting the ball right now. 3 points, 50% from the 3-point line, 50% total field goals, so very impressive.
And we've got to remember, they're doing all this without their captain out there on the court, Kang Lee-seo. She went down with an injury in the very first game of the tournament. We haven't seen her return since. I wonder if she's a chance to come back to this in the semi-final if they progress that far. They'd love her to be out there, and Australia would probably be a bit worried.
Well, that's exactly right. We haven't really heard much about that injury, and we certainly hope that she can be back on the court. But without her, they've really filled in the gaps. Because sometimes that can take a while. Because when she went down, she was scoring 19 points and in double figures for rebound as well. So she was really having a great start to the tournament, which is really, really unfortunate. But they've done a great job of filling her shoes in both the scoring role, and other players such as Park Ji-han have taken up a leadership role. They've been really good. So, hopefully she's back. But if not, this team that presents itself on the court right now is certainly capable of, well, we have to see that they get over the Philippines first before they talk about meeting Australia in the semi-final.
Well, the Philippines, we mentioned they had a nice start to the game, keeping in rhythm and in touch with Korea. Then Korea just went on a massive 15-0 run to end the first quarter, and in fact ended up being an 18-0 run if you count the first 3 of the second quarter as well. And that's where they just lost all their momentum. I think their heads sort of dropped a bit. I think they've just got to keep it simple now, stop some baskets and see what happens.
Well, and it was really on the back of the increased pressure of Korea. And so, I talked in the call about how they were being so proactive. They were dictating to the Philippines what they could and couldn't do. They were jumping out, switching really aggressively. Their hands were up high. They had active hands. They were blocking out, and then that's what starts their running game off, is to get some great rebounds, get an outlet, stream up the floor, whether they're going down the middle of the floor and getting a layup or out to the 3-point line. They are there with options.
So as we mentioned, Panganiban leading the way with 9 points, Anaman with 5 rebounds and also 2 assists. No players in double figures yet, so they need to increase their scoring if they're to get close to Korea in this game. Patrick Aquino. What do you think he's saying right now to his players?
Well, I think, you know, what you mentioned is they just need to go back to basics. So they have to make sure they're taking care of the ball and that they get a shot up every single time down the court. Defensively, they want to try and, I mean, it's pretty hard to stop the Korean team and the pace that they're playing at, but, you know, you might want to say in some situations go into a zone, but with them shooting the ball so well at 50%, that's not going to work. So they need to be communicating defensively. They need to be as active as they can. And, you know, just keep trying to stem the flow of the speed and the accuracy which the Korean team is playing at right now.
We mentioned what happens for the winner of this game. The loser of this game goes on to face New Zealand in the 5-6 classification game, which is actually when these two teams last met in 2023 back in Sydney. Philippines defeated by Korea 80-71 in the 5-6 classification game. The Philippines finishing 6th and Korea finishing 5th, missing the semi-finals for the first time. So both teams know what it's like to play for that. I'm sure they don't want to do it again. They want to go through to the semis. You can scan the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball.
Well, it's really important that the Philippines, especially this first possession here, they will have talked about what they want. They can set themselves up. They can really try and get the first basket here and set the tempo of the game, or sorry, of the half.
It's always what coaches talk about, that sort of the first 5 minutes of the quarter as being really important, especially coming out of half time, even more so. Both teams ready to go here. Welcome back to Shenzhen for the second half between Korea and the Philippines. Will it be Korea who holds on for that final semi-final spot, or can the Philippines produce a comeback here in China? Korea leading this one 59 to the Philippines 32. Julia Montesano and Laurie Chiswick are with you in commentary. Park Ji-han has been excellent throughout the entire tournament. Park Ji-soo has had a great start to the game as well. Kang, top scorer. Back to Park. Shot clock down to 2. Park Ji-soo. Not that time. De Jesus, can she make the 3? Both teams off target. Animam shoves Park out of the way and then falls to the floor herself after missing the 2. Oh, Kang left alone. Philippines get away with one there. She's been lights out. Back and forth to start this one in the second half. Ahn, can she get some rhythm flowing? A rare errant pass from her. Animam cuts it off with her long-ranging arms. Panganiban dishes it to Ozar. Very nice.
Well, tell you what, Panganiban did a great job of holding her dribble, keeping it alive, waiting till the defense committed to her before she made that nice little pass.
Park Ji-soo. Sarada. Burrows as she collects the rebounds. Park cuts it off. Gets it back from Ahn. Park gets a bit of a mismatch in terms of height. And Sarada has no option but to foul. Hard job for Sarada there guarding Park Ji-soo as Ho replaces Ahn on the floor. Has to get it in, finds Park. Oh, what a trend, fell over at an inopportune time. She's all good to go. Panganiban Philippines leading scorer with 9 points, just 19 years old. Continues to lead the way. Park cuts it off from Animam. Ho looks for Kang, and why wouldn't you? Park, back to Ho. Floats it up and knocks it down. Sweet shot.
Wow, just a nice little, I even thought that she was trying to maybe pass that up in the air to Park, but no, she was taking the shot and it looked good.
Ho ranked second with 6.3 assists in the tournament. Park Ji-han shoves Panganiban out of the way with authority to get another 2 on the board.
And that's why we like what Park Ji-han does. She's just always ready. She's got her hands ready. She's smart basketball IQ.
Panganiban, oh my word, she's lining it up. Still Korea with a nice lead. This time Park facilitates Ho, and she's got one more to come.
Panganiban was slow to get up at the center line there and then didn't get back in defense in time onto Ho, so she was quite happy to take it to the basket on her own.
Shin back out there, as you can see on screen. Ho Ye-un at the free throw line. 5th point for the game. Sugapong. Sarada. De Jesus. The captain now. Single figure shot clock. Animam's gonna put it up. Falls short. And look at the foot speed here from this Korean team. So many players she could have picked. Park to Park, it was beautiful.
No look pass by Park.
They just know where each other are. We've said it so many times throughout the call. Such a great connection. Azar. Bottom of the net.
With penetration downhill by De Jesus. Spun around, saw her open teammate.
Ho had some really nice minutes in this game. Can't hit the 3. Sugapong up ahead, breaks free from Ho, and then gets fouled by it.
What a great pass by De Jesus. Just saw that she was a little bit in front of the defender. Passed it ahead of her so that she could go collect it. But just was fouled at Sugapong just as she went to do her layup. But a really great pass by De Jesus, as was that one as well, out to the 3-point shooting.
Azar.
Azar. We can see De La Rosa on the court now.
Sugapong makes the first one. She's averaging the 9.3 points, 2.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists in this tournament. Goes 2 from 2 at the line. Park, does she go for another no-look pass this time? She finds An. Chue. Park, spinning on Ozar. Korea still feeding each other. Shin to An. She's got a thing for beating buzzers. Not that time. They get the offensive rebound. I think we just got to fix the shot clock.
It was reset to the 24-second shot clock because the referees determined that the Philippines did have some control over the ball, then Korea got it back, so it's a reset of 24.
So a quick sub in the meantime. Lee Heran to replace Hong Yu-sun. Lee right into the action, just couldn't find An. De Jesus. Finds De La Rosa. Azar. Pastrana. Shot clock ticks down to 3. Azar's got to put it up. I don't think she realizes. Korea forced the violation. Again, continuing their relentless pressure. On now to Park. Lee. De Jesus on the move again. Swings it back to De La Rosa. Now Park.
Great hands by Lee Heran. On. Now Shin has a look. Her shot falls short. The scoring drying up just a tad for Korea after such a hot start to this game. And the shot's starting to connect now for the Philippines. De Jesus gets in on the action. Shin. Foul called. See the sweet look here from Vanessa De Jesus. Such a nice three-point shooter. Gets herself up to 10 points for the game. Now Park tries herself from distance. De La Rosa pulls down the rebound. Sugapong. Pastrana. Now Park. Fouled again by Sugapong. See the contact here. You try anything to stop Park Ji-han at this rate. That's exactly right.
Lee. There's no stopping her.
And that's exactly what they do. She could have gone in for an easy layup there. Instead, kicks it out to her teammate in Lee Heran, who nails the three-point shot.
Azar. De Jesus. Oh, very nice. Jumper there. Goes back to back.
Nice little crossover moves by De Jesus into a pull-up jump shot.
Shin Ji-han. She joins the three-point party.
So it was a switch by the Philippines with De La Rosa, but she didn't switch aggressively enough, so she was able to easily get that shot off.
See the first three there from Lee Heran. It was Shin facilitating it, and then she got some reward. Nailed it. Timeout call by Patrick Aquino. Let's head into his huddle.
Continue on. Hand up, then slide. Here. You can get that ball here. Mag-hand up ka dito. Pag hindi mo, pagka ginusahan daw mo, pwede mo
So a minute 47 remaining in the third quarter. Korea lead Philippines 74-47. Korea scoring right up a touch, but that's just by their high standards. Philippines are level at the moment with them in this quarter on 15 points apiece. They have to fight back inch by inch.
Well, that's right. That's a win for them right now at this moment when they're leveling the score as far as they're not allowing Korea to get any further ahead. Now they just have to see if they can make some inroads.
There's been a few fouls in this third quarter as well. Strana here from the sideline. Hong's third foul. Animam struggled to get into the game this time. De La Rosa. It'll be a Korea ball. Lee Ming-won comes on out of the timeout. Places Park Ji-han. Shin gets it back from Hong. Lee for the long two this time. Of course she trades it. What a day she's having.
There's some great scoring out there. Lee is up to 15 points now.
And she's another one. She's only averaging 2.7 points per game. And she's been billed as the next generation of Korean basketball, so she's really stepping up to the plate here.
And this is a great sign for Korea as they're, looking towards hopefully playing in the semifinal against Australia, where they have this many contributors coming off the bench especially.
Here's Lee again, banks it in this time. Opened it up on a Friday night. Philippines ball. I think that's Hong's fourth. Indeed.
Korea have 4 players in double figures right now, and we still have a quarter to go.
Here's Panganiban. De La Rosa. Oh, nice move.
Really nice weighted pass by Panganiban into De La Rosa, and a really strong finish.
4-3, it counts down to 2. Panganiban from beyond halfway. Can't get it to go. Another solid quarter from Korea. The Philippines kept with them, dried out their scoring a touch, but still remain behind in this game. At the end of the third quarter, it's Korea 78, leading the Philippines 49. So Patrick Aquino can be happy enough with that quarter, but still Korea remain in front. They're still shooting the ball well, they're still defending well, they're still applying the pressure. And knowing them, they could get on a big run to finish out this game.
Well, there's no doubt they could. And, the coach is trying different combinations out there. And no matter who they put on, what sort of combination, they're getting it done. They're playing together as a team. And as I mentioned, 4 players in double figures right now, led by Lee Heran with 19 points.
And that's coming off the bench as well. It didn't start this game. So for bench points to come like that and 19 points from one person, well, that gives you a lot of confidence, doesn't it?
13 minutes she's only played, so she's come on and had a super impact. And we know how Kang Yu Lim certainly started the quarter well and has ended up with 18 points, 5 from 7 from long range, so she's been impressive as well.
As we mentioned at halftime, we were wondering how they were going to cover the loss of their captain, Kang Isa Park-soo, who's now got too many options to go to.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You want to be playing good basketball at this point of the tournament. We know that they had a little bit of a scare when they beat Lebanon only by a couple of points. Or sorry, they beat New Zealand
yep.
only by those 2 points, a buzzer beater by Park Ji-soo. So they've built since then and look like a team that's ready to play and meet Australia in the semifinals.
They've timed it well. It's sort of like a regular season, isn't it? You don't want to be playing your best too early. You sort of want to peak at the right time, and it feels like that's what they're doing.
Well, if they can have this many contributors, they've got their main players sitting right now.
Fourth quarter tipping off. Korea continue their run here against the Philippines. Lee gets involved in the action with a three. They lead 81-49. Panganiban,
Wow.
she fires straight back. What poise from the 19-year-old showed this game and this tournament.
Well, she averages 12 points per game over the course of the first few games, so she's been really consistent in what she's been able to bring and what she's been able to do.
So that's Hong's 5th foul, so that's the end of her night here. 2 points for her. Getting tangled up there with Pastrana. Choi Sem back on the floor. Panganiban. Ozar. Pastrana. Goes inboard and gets fouled. Known so much for her outside shooting, she produces an inside move and gets to go to the line.
Well, we've talked a lot, during this first 3 quarters about the 3-point shooting from Korea, but they actually are beating the Philippines points in the paint by 30-18. So they've got a good combination of their inside looks as well as their outside, but we know there's lots of times where they penetrate inside. They probably could get an inside look, but they choose to kick it back out to a player at the 3-point line, where right now they're shooting at 37%.
Good follow-up there from Pastrana. I guess it's good for teams when you have a lead like this and a big game to come. You've got 9 minutes here to try things. Although the Philippines fighting back. Panganiban gets cut off by Lee. #81 plays 55. Winner of this game goes through to face Australia. The loser to face New Zealand. 5-6 classification game. Foul called there.
I'm sure the Australian players and coaching staff will be watching closely this game to see who their opposition is. They've actually had 3 rest days in a row. They had a bye, then the rest day, and then today off because they had automatic entry into the semifinal. So they've had lots of time to prepare.
I can see the coaching staff in the corner of my eye sitting in the stands, the Australian coaching staff. So no doubt keeping a close eye on what's happening here. Of course, the other semi-final was confirmed earlier on in the day. Japan getting the win over New Zealand to book their place against China. Sukapong rattles, doesn't go in.
Hanneman is working so hard in there to try and get some good position and demand the ball.
Panganiban, again she pops up. 17 points now for Naomi Panganiban. Lee, she's got 19. Shin drives in. There's so many players rushing to the ball. And Ho finds it.
Oh, nice hands by Sukapong.
It's been the theme of her tournament. Deserved the finish, just couldn't quite get it. Tre, Ho, Lee, my goodness, this is champagne basketball. See, they lead the assist count. You can see why. Ozar Lee gets the rebound this time. Just loses control of it. De Jesus back on to replace Ozar. Baseline ball here for the Philippines. They've clearly gone to work on Animam. She's had a quiet game. She's been working super hard, just can't break through to get beyond her 3 points. 7 rebounds. Shin to Ho. And now Lee. Back to her point guard. He's really active here today. Skip pass out to Lee in the corner! Wow!
They are so great to watch right now in this game. Korea, just the way they're finding each other.
24 points for Lee head on. We just spoke about Ezra McGoldrick getting the highest individual tally of the tournament with 28 points. She might have that taken away from her within the next 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Well, we'll see. 24 points.
Depends what Coach Park Soo-hoo is thinking about his rotations. Because of course, that's what you've got to think about now. It's great to keep scoring and keep the onslaught going, but there's another big game to think about against Australia.
Well, exactly right. So he is resting some, like Park Ji-hung hasn't played for a while. Park Ji-soo on. So
speaking of Park Ji-hung, she's
well,
back
there
on
you
the
go.
floor. But it's different because Australia, obviously you mentioned they've had the 3 days rest, and Korea's obviously got the late game tonight, and then they go into the 4:30 game against Australia tomorrow. So a quick turnaround for them.
Well, and
if it goes this way, of course.
Exactly, and you could sort of, I've had this discussion before. Is a 3-day break good in a tournament situation, or is it almost too long? 2 is probably ideal, where you just have that little bit extra recovery time. But they've been. Australian team's been sitting around for a while, and well, I'm not saying that sitting around. I'm sure they've been doing some things, some trainings, but not played in a hard game at all.
Lee, she's playing hard right now. Gets it out to Park, who wants to find Lee again. She's got the hot hand. Lee Mingguan this time. Oh, captured by De La Rosa. She wasn't letting that get past her. Pastrana there for the putback. Pastrana's played some nice minutes in this game.
Margins back down to 26. It was 29 at 3/4 time.
Shin, Park, Ho. Where's Lee head on? She got the hot hand. And so too does Park Ji-han. De Jesus. Gets it to Panganiban. Sitting on 17 points. De La Rosa, can she get some reward offensively? She does.
She's a nice mobile big for the Philippines, De La Rosa.
She's got the 8 points tonight. Lee from the corner, yes! Korea racing away in this game. De Jesus tries her luck, and she knocks it down. So apart from that big run, the Philippines have been okay in sort of scoring themselves, but they have not been able to stem the flow for Korea whatsoever. Lee, she's been unstoppable. Ho, Shin. Steps back. You betcha! This is unbelievable shooting from Korea.
Well, they've just kept it up all game. They're at 47% right now.
Sugapong, cross court to Panganiban. Couldn't quite work out. Ho, Shin. Here is Lee. Sitting on 24. Ho, fed her beautifully.
I have to say, I'm a bit surprised De Jesus is still on the court. She's played over 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. That even though it looks like the Philippines will lose in this game, they still have another game to play to rank 5 and 6 in the tournament. That'll be up against New Zealand. So you still want to get your players in form for that game because this game may be done. Timeout called on the floor. Korea 96 leading the Philippines 65. 3.5 minutes left in the game. It's been a clinical display from Korea. Shooting 62% from two-point range, 47% from three-point range. It's hard to believe the display they're putting on at the moment. And like I was saying before, it feels like they're peaking at the right time and going to the semi-final, as it looks like at this stage, with a lot of confidence.
Well, absolutely, that's the case right now. And the other stat that's really impressive is they've only had 10 turnovers so far for this game. So they are taking care of the basketball. Every time down the floor pretty well, they're getting a good look at the basket. And that's really important, you know, as you move forward to the semifinals and the final.
Philippines will need to fight out these last 3.5 minutes, and then they have to turn their attention to New Zealand, who we know took it up to Korea and only went down by 2 points. To see where they finish in terms of the tournament. Philippines finished 6th in 2023, so they'll be looking to better that at least. There is Australia coach Paul Goris in the stands, keeping an eye on his next opponent.
Yes, he's got a lot to think about when he's seen what Korea has been able to produce in tonight's game.
Because based on their form, you think, oh, a 2-point win over New Zealand, maybe they could have won by more if you look directly at the world rankings. And then the big loss to China. Then they get a nice win over Indonesia to steady themselves, but this has been their best game by far. It's been clinical right from the get-go.
Well, it has, and there's been so many contributors. The starters, they've mostly been sitting right now, but the bench has come in and done an equally good job.
Yeah, Lee Head-An, we've spoken about her efforts. 24 points off the bench. She's on there at the moment.
Well, we're not going to get our 30 points.
These coaches, what's wrong with you guys? Why do you ruin the fun for us?
That's
Bigger
right.
things at play.
Nat Hurst took off McGoldrick when we thought, we were hoping that she would get up to the 30-point mark.
Kung, she sat for a while after a hot start to her game. 18 points in 18 minutes. Park dishes it back up the top to Shin. My goodness, it just keeps getting better.
Well, they just have so much poise, so there's no rush, there's no panic as the shot clock's ticking down. And that's when it's so important to have somebody like Park Ji-hun on the court and just showing the poise, but that was impressive.
Kung. Ho steps out.
One of the rare turnovers that we've seen in this evening's game.
De Jesus gets it back from Sugapong. See what the Philippines have left in this last 2.5 minutes of the game. Castillo gets cut off.
Just telegraphed her pass too easily to let the opposition know, yes, I'm looking inside for De La Rosa.
Park. Shot clock in single digits here. Dumps it into Lee, who gets it back to Park, and they're gonna beat it again.
Great chemistry between those two, Lee and Park.
Triple figures now for Korea, 101. Highest score for this tournament so far was Australia with 115 points. against the Philippines in their first game. Don't know if they're going to better that. They put in a mighty good effort. De La Rosa puts one back. Ho. Lee. Shin. What do they conjure up now? De La Rosa this time secures it. Sugapong. Very nice move. Great hesitation. Gets herself up to 4 points. The margin between these two teams is 30 at the moment. Just over a minute to play in this game.
The Philippines have really stuck with them the second half. They were down by 27 at the half and now are down by 30.
Kang again!
Make that 33 points now.
What is happening? This is unreal. They could so easily get their foot off the pedal with so much limited time remaining. But they have just put gas on it instead. Jihan, Park Jihan. Tired shot on that occasion. She puts a smile on her face. Plenty to smile about for Korea, and they're off again. Can Park Jihan make amends this time? Instead, slows it down, gets it back to Shin. They might just hold it up here. They have played a clinical game here against the Philippines. They worked their way into the semi-final very, very nicely. What a display from this Korean team. They are a threat to come. Full time here in Shenzhen, and it's Korea who secure a semi-final spot. Final score 104, defeating the Philippines 71. Korea go on to face Australia, while the Philippines will play off in a 5-6 classification game against New Zealand. Congratulations to Korea, that was a dominant display.
Well, it was. Clinical is the right word to use. Anybody that stepped on the court did their job. They played well together. They shot the ball well. They moved the ball well. They played with good pace. So they'd be really happy with that form and that sort of energy going into a semifinal against number 2 ranked Australia.
Yeah, we've got 2 ripping semi-finals coming up. China up against Japan, and now Korea up against Australia. That's the 2 confirmed semi-finals. The battle for 5 and 6 will be between the Philippines and New Zealand. But all smiles for Korea. They played an excellent game. So many contributors, and these shooting stats are going to be pretty to read.
Well, 48%, that's the highest for the tournament at this stage, and just a really good display from the free throw line as well. The Philippines, you know, they struggled, but that was because of the pressure that the Korean team was putting on there. Rebounds pretty even. You can see the team play 33 assists and 12 turnovers. That is an impressive team effort.
And now we see the TCL player of the game, Lee Head-an, with the 24 points, 10 from 13 from the field, 3 big threes. You can see her leading the way there. Kang second best with 21 points, Park with 15, that's Park Ji-han. Panganiban with the 19 points, De Jesus with 15, she played big minutes in this game, and Ozar rounded out top scorers for the Philippines with 10. It was a tough game for them. As we look at the 4th quarter best plays, the Philippines, they tried to keep with them. Korea outscored them 26-22 in that 4th term. They just had no answers to what Korea was dishing up.
Well, you know, they got a few nice baskets there. We could see that Panganiban was still, you know, had an influence on the game, but really it was just the way the Korean team was playing, and they play 5-out basketball. Anytime there's somebody cuts through the key, they relocate out to the three-point line. They're very disciplined out there. They look for each other. They shot the ball very well, and for a team that likes to put up a lot of threes, if you're shooting at that percentage, it is tough to defend.
And some of the assists were just incredible. They just seemed to know where each other were the whole time, using all their shot clock minutes. It was fantastic to see a great display from the Korean team. They well and truly deserve the semi-final spot. So that's how it finishes up in the day. Lebanon defeating Indonesia 67-57 to retain their Division A spot. Japan going through to face China after a 77-62 defeat over New Zealand. And then Korea just now 104-71, a 33-point win over the Philippines. Japan and Korea are the two teams that go through the semi-finals. New Zealand and the Philippines will battle it out to see who finishes 5th and 6th. All that action coming up tomorrow. We thank you for joining us tonight. Congratulations to Korea through to the semis.